Early morning wind moved the dust on the roadside as Mama Thandi opened her small food stall. The stall was old, made of wood and metal sheets, but it smelled like warm home. Every day she cooked rice, stew, fried bread, and sweet tea. People loved her food because she cooked with heart. Not money, but for the last few weeks, she had noticed one strange thing. A small homeless boy who always sat far away from everyone. He never begged. He never talked. He only watched the road as if waiting for someone dangerous. Mama Thandi called him Small Lion, because his eyes had strength even when his body looked weak. No one else cared about him, but she always made an extra plate. Every day she placed it in front of him without asking his name. The boy would bow his head in silent thanks and eat like he had not eaten in days. But today, something different was happening. When Mama Thandi opened the stall, the boy was already there, shivering, scared, and looking up at the sky again and again. His body looked ready to run, but his legs were too tired to move. Mama Thandi walked to him slowly. "Are you okay, Small Lion?" The boy whispered, "They will find me today." Mama Thandi felt a chill in her chest. Who is coming?" He didn't answer. Instead, he squeezed his small hands tightly and pointed to the sky. Just then, a loud, heavy sound filled the whole market. It was not a normal sound. Not a truck. Not thunder. It was deeper, stronger. It felt like the air was shaking. People came out of shops looking up. Dogs started barking. Children hid behind their mothers. Mama Thandi looked up and froze. Two huge black helicopters were coming down fast. Straight toward her stall. Straight toward the homeless boy. The wind from the helicopters pushed dust everywhere. Pots fell. Food plates flew. People screamed and ran in all directions, but the boy did not move. His eyes were full of fear, but he did not run. Mama Thandi grabbed him and pulled him behind her counter. "Stay low. Don't show your face." The helicopters landed with a loud crash. The ground shook under everyone's feet. Then, soldiers with black uniforms jumped out. They surrounded the market. They pointed to shops. They checked behind cars. They looked serious and dangerous. Two men in expensive suits stepped out next. Their faces were cold. Their walk was strict. They were clearly important. And to everyone's shock, they walked directly to Mama Thandi's stall. People whispered from far away, "What did she do? Is she in trouble? Why are they here?" Mama Thandi hugged the boy closer. Her heart beat fast. She was just a simple food seller. Why would men like this come for her? One officer shouted loudly, "We are looking for a boy. He was seen hiding in this area." Mama Thandi froze. The boy trembled behind her. The officer's boots got closer and closer, and before anyone could move, the officer stopped right in front of her counter and said, "The boy must be here. Show him to us now." The whole market fell silent. Even the air stopped moving. The officer's command cut through the air like a knife. Mama Thandi felt the boy shaking behind her legs, his small fingers gripping her skirt tightly. She took a slow breath. She had no weapon, no power, but she had courage more than anyone knew. "I don't know any boy you're talking about," she said calmly. The officer's eyes narrowed. He stepped closer. "Think carefully. He is dangerous to himself. And others dangerous?" Mama Thandi almost laughed. The boy behind her was shaking like a leaf. Before the officer could speak again, the boy slowly stood up. His voice was soft. "Stop searching. I'm here." Everyone around gasped. The soldiers raised their weapons. The suits straightened up, shocked. But what happened next shocked them even more. Both suited men bowed their heads. One of them said with respect, "Your Highness, you should not have run away like that." Mama Thandi's mouth opened, but no words came out. "Your Highness?" Her homeless, hungry boy A prince? The boy, now revealed as Prince Jabari, hid behind her again, whispering, "Please don't let them take me. I only feel safe here." Mama Thandi stepped forward, confused but protective. "What is this? Why are you calling him a prince?" The older suited man spoke softly. "Prince Jabari disappeared weeks ago. Someone inside the palace wanted to harm him. He escaped before they could catch him." The younger man added, "We have been looking for him day and night. And we found him here, eating your food." Suddenly everything made sense. His fear, his silence, his constant watching of the sky. But he didn't look like royalty. He looked like a lonely child. Mama Thandi knelt in front of him. "Is this true, small Jabari?" The boy nodded slowly. "I didn't want to live in the palace. When my mother died, no one cared for me. They only wanted my crown. Not me." His voice broke. And Mama Thandi's heart broke with it. The chief officer stepped back. "Your Highness, your father has been searching for you. The traitors have been arrested. You are safe now." But Jabari shook his head fiercely. "No, I am only safe with her." For the first time, Mama Thandi felt the weight of everything. This boy wasn't just lost. He was running for his life. The crowd watched silently, unsure what would happen next. The chief official straightened his coat and spoke with deep respect. "Mama, because you fed our prince during his darkest days, you have earned the protection of the royal house." Two soldiers stepped forward, not to take Jabari away, but to guard Mama Thandi. Jabari grabbed her hand. "I will only leave if she comes with me." Mama Thandi shook her head gently. "No, child. This is your world. You must go home first. And when you are safe, you can visit me anytime." The boy's eyes filled with tears. "Will you wait for me?" She hugged him tightly. "Always." The soldiers surrounded him and guided him toward the helicopter. The boy kept looking back until the very last moment. And when the helicopters lifted into the sky, Mama Thandi felt something deep inside her chest. This was not the end. The next morning, Mama Thandi opened her stall with a heavy heart. The sound of helicopter blades still echoed in her mind. Her hands moved slowly as she cooked rice and stew. The boy's empty corner felt even more empty now. She whispered to herself, "Be safe, small lion." But life went on. Customers came. Children passed by. The market felt normal again, almost too normal. Until the ground began to shake. At first, she thought it was a truck. But then the shadows covered the road. People looked up and fear spread across every face. 4 helicopters, larger than the ones from yesterday, circled the sky. The wind blasted across the market, blowing papers and dust everywhere. Everyone ran for cover. Everyone. Except Mama Thandi. She just stood still, her hand on her chest. Her heart knew. This was for her. The helicopters landed with a thunderous roar. This time no soldiers jumped out. Instead, a long black carpet rolled onto the dusty road. And then he appeared. Prince Jabari, clean clothes, polished shoes, but the same soft eyes ran straight toward her. "Mama Thandi!" He shouted. He threw his arms around her waist, almost knocking her down. She held his face in her hands. "You're safe. Thank God." But then the crowd gasped. 2 more people stepped out of the helicopter. The king and queen themselves. The king's face was strong, proud, and emotional. The queen's eyes already carried tears. To everyone's shock, the king knelt in front of Mama Thandi. A king. On the dusty ground of a roadside stall. "Mama Thandi," he said with a deep voice, "you fed my son when he had no one. You protected him when powerful men hunted him. You gave him love when he was just another lost boy in the street." The queen stepped forward and held Mama Thandi's hands. "You did for my son what even our palace could not do." Jabari squeezed her fingers tightly. "I told them, you are my real mama now. People around covered their mouths. Some cried. Some whispered prayers. Mama Thandi felt her eyes fill. I only gave him food. Anyone would. The king shook his head. No, many saw him. Only you cared. Then the king stood up and made an announcement loud enough for the entire market. From today, Mama Thandi will be honored by the royal family. A new home, a new kitchen, and a shelter for homeless children will be built in her name. No child will sleep hungry again. The crowd erupted into cheers. Jabari hugged her tightly again. Come with us. I want you in my life forever. Mama Thandi held his face and smiled. And I want you in mine, my prince. The queen smiled warmly. Then you are family now. As the royal convoy prepared to leave, the market watched in awe. Mama Thandi, the simple food seller, stepped onto the helicopter beside the prince. Now her son and heart died as they lifted off the ground. The sun hit the stall she once owned, and everyone whispered the same thing. She fed a homeless boy and earned a kingdom's heart.